welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Lily and welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to see more of my videos in the upcoming future. Thank you. Okay, so today's video is going to be a little different. I got this idea from Julie and I'll leave her YouTube channel right here. And it's basically me telling you guys about my paranormal experience. I get very iffy talking about this because not a lot of people believe in this kind of stuff. It's a very touching subject, and like I was talking to one of my YouTube friends, I was telling her how it's a very touchy subject, and until you experience the paranormal you will believe it, basically, because a lot of people are skeptical about this, but I believe it 135-200% believe about the paranormal. My paranormal experience happened in Mexico, you guys. Now, if you guys are new here, I probably haven't talked about this very much, but I did live in Mexico for growing up, and it was from when I was 13 till I was 16. I lived in Mexico. Now, if you guys don't know any like Mexicans, or if you guys aren't like very familiar with Mexico and the Mexican tradition and culture, then you guys probably are like, okay, what does this have to do? Mexico is a very, like, I love my country, like I'm from Mexico, like I love Mexico, but in Mexico we believe de La Llorona hasta, like, we believe in a bunch of crap, okay? And ever since growing up, I thought that maybe those were just tales and legends and whatever. But when I moved to Mexico, I started experiencing paranormal activity in my house. My house in Mexico was built since I was a little baby. It was built like in a land. In our town, our town is un pueblito, es muy chiquito. I mean, like maybe 800 to 1,000 people, like super small, super like te echas un pedo y el vecino te escuchó, so it's very small. I was born in Mexico, and by the time I was born the house was finished building, so it's a brand new house, like nobody has ever lived in there. Just to give you a reference of like the layout of my house in Mexico, it has 3 rooms. So you like, this is the front, you enter, there's my mom's room, the living room, my siblings' room, and then they have like an arc, so like a it has like a little arch. You walk through the arch, and then there's the dining room, the kitchen, the bathroom, and then my room. So my room is the only room in the back part of my house. So that's the room that my mom would sleep in when she moved into the house, because it was one of the first rooms finished. So she tells me that when she went to live there, like every night she would hear banging on the freaking wall from the other side. And keep in mind, on the other side of my house there was no house, nothing, like it was just land. And my mom would hear banging and banging. She just never thought anything about it. And this is important, okay? So flash forward to years after, when we moved back to Mexico when I was 13, I took that room as my room. Around 2 or 3 months passed by and my room's fine. I honestly experienced like a lot of paranormal activity in my room that I can't pinpoint a time where I was like, okay, it started from here, this is what happened, and then it like escalated because it was just so much. So I'm gonna tell you guys like some of the things that happened to me. So I remember one night I was sleeping in my room. Oh my god, it just gives me the chills. I was sleeping in my room, and my bed was, let's say my bed's right here, and then in the corner on that side I had a couch. And my sister was like maybe like 5 or 6 at the time, and she would come and sleep with me. And even though my siblings had their own room, they were too little and they would be scared, so they would come sleep. My sister would sleep with me and my brother would sleep with my mom. So me and my sister were sleeping during the night, and then I remember I woke up and I like directly opened my eyes and like I focused on a point. Like I was like that, like when you like you're sleeping y te acuerdas de los frijoles and like los frijoles se están quemando, like that. So I was like sleeping and I'm like, and I like I just made eye contact literally to the couch like that was across my bed, and I kid you not, oh my god, it's giving me chills. I'm gonna lay down and show you guys what I saw. I literally see that, and I just see a body of a lady. Her back is towards me, and I see her hair is long, and I see a white dress, and she's like that. Oh my goodness. I remember I was just like, I threw the blanket over me, I hugged my sister, and I started praying. I fell asleep praying because I was like, yeah, maybe I'm just, you know, loca, or I'm imagining things, like just pray and go to sleep, you know, like. So then the next morning I go to the kitchen and I tell my mom, oh my god, mom, like I'm telling her, right, I'm like, last night I woke up and blah blah blah, I saw this like figure of a woman just laying there, and it was scary. And my sister was playing in the living room. Sister comes running into the kitchen because she overheard us talking, and my sister comes running in the kitchen, and she's like 5 or 6, right? And she comes, she's like, oh, I'm gonna say this in Spanish, but I'll translate. She goes,
oh, esa señora siempre está ahí acostada, todas las noches está ahí con su hija. ¿No has visto a la niñita chiquita?
I'm like, and me and my mom are just like looking at each other, like, because my sister's like,
oh yeah, that baby's always there. She's always like laying down there at night when I wake up in the middle of the night. She's always there. En la medianoche siempre que me despierta, ahí está.
And me and my mom were just like, so we go and go to the church and grab holy water, and we start like spraying it around the house, because my sister wasn't the type of person to like say mentiras, to lie about things. Like she's always been like super like blunt about things. Like she'll be like straight up tell you the truth. There was another occasion where I was laying in bed and I was by myself that time, and I was laying in bed. I turned off my TV and I was just laying there. You know, like when you're laying in bed and someone comes and sits in your bed and you can feel it like dent down, like the weight just go down. I felt that, and I was like, oh heck no, here we go again. And my feet were obviously on the end of the bed where I felt someone sit down, and there was nobody. And I remember I just like again put the blanket over me, I started praying, and this is the bottom of my feet, and I feel someone like tickle me like this, and I went up my leg. You guys, I laugh now because there's nothing else I can do. Like, what am I gonna do? Like I'm out of breath because I'm freaking out, but like I'm trying to laugh it out because I don't want to be like con miedo todo el día. For that day, I like got up and booked it to my mom's room, and I was crying, and I was like, I want to sleep with you. Dude, I was 15, like crying every freaking night to my mom's room. Every night I would wake up crying my eyes out, telling my mom, mommy, me puedo dormir contigo? I'm 15 years old, you guys. I'm not making this up. Like, if you guys want to believe me, go ahead. If you guys don't, like, that's totally fine. Like, I wouldn't try to believe some scary crap like this either. Okay, and then another thing that happened in my house, and this one, like, everybody heard, not just me. Oh my god, that's scary. Okay, it was like 12 midnight, and I was laying in bed sleeping, and my room, like the outside of my room, so this is my room, like the outside of my room, and then there's like the fence. So there's a little like pathway between my room and the fence outside, like a little pathway. And we had 2 dogs in Mexico, and it was like middle of the night, and all of a sudden my dogs just came into that like pathway, and was like they were running in circles like that, and like barking like loud, like whoa, 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 and like trying to bite, and like they were just crazy. And like, you know how they say like animals and kids can like see the like, and I woke up and I was like, oh my god, like honestly my first reaction was like, oh my god, un ratero, like somebody's trying to rob our house. It's Mexico, so I'm not sure if you guys have ever been to Mexico, but in Mexico they have like those big like antennas for the TV, the big tubo ones, you know. so the signal can come in. And we just hear the antenna. It's like if somebody was on it, like going like this to it, like swinging themselves on it. And we can hear it because it's attached to the roof, so the pole is like making the whole roof crack. And so I get up, and my dad, like my mom and my dad are already up. So my dad grabs his flashlight, and tells us to go to the room and be with my mom. Grabs the like ladder and goes up in the roof, and there's nothing. Like everything's calm. And there was no wind. Like there was no wind, there was no thunderstorm, there was nothing. Like it was quiet. My parents heard it, and they're like, I think it was a freaking bruja, because like we believe in brujas and like a bunch of crap over in Mexico. And like we don't, to this day, we don't know what it was. Like it was scary. Like another encounter I had, my family had gone to my abuelita's house, and they were like, do you want to come? But I was like doing my chores, and I was like, I told my mom, no mom, like they had me like finish mopping, and then I'll meet you guys at my abuelita's. And mom was like, okay. And I was mopping, right, and I had my music blasting, and the windows were open because I wanted the floor to air dry. Mopping like this, la 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 la, and I'm going like this, and all of a sudden like a gush of wind comes in, and the freaking curtains just fly like open. They open like that, you know, like when wind comes, your curtains fly open. And tell me why I see a little kid just like this, like the back of a little kid just going like this in my window. Oh. You guys, I thought it was my brother at first. I was like, oh, it's just my little brother. I grabbed the mop and I set it down, turn my music down, and I'm praying, because at this point all I could do and all I was doing was praying. So I go and I'm praying, and I grab the curtain and I just open it like this, and there was nobody. And I remember just crying and like closing the doors, grabbing my chanclas and running to my grandma's house. And I was like, I don't want to be alone, like I'm sick and tired. Like at first it was so scary, but it got to a point where I kept like having encounters with spirits and the paranormal and stuff, that I started getting fed up. Like it started feeling normal for me. Like I was just like, all right, this is just my life. I don't like talking about this because a lot of people have mixed emotions, but my abuelita, my grandma no es bruja, right? Pero hace limpia, so es curandera. Like I don't know how to say that in English. Like she's very spiritual. Like if you're having a problem, people go to her. And I know a lot of people don't believe in this. Like I was very skeptical and stuff, but being with her, like she told me how to like read the Bible and be like close to God and stuff. My grandma's very Catholic. Like she went to like church and stuff to have this like spiritual like awakening in her. A lot of people might like be like, oh my god, es una bruja, like es una, you know, like no, like my grandma's like the nicest person. Like she doesn't do like evil stuff or whatever. Like she is like Catholic. Like every time I talk to her, she's like, read the Bible, like, you know, this and that. And I do believe that people have like un don, like they do have that one. Like I would talk to my grandma and I would like tell her about like all these things happening to me, and like she like literally just told me that some people have this, like our spirits are like bigger in light. I'm not saying that I'm like so pure, my light is like shining off the roof. All I'm saying is that some spirits do carry a bigger light that attract the spirits or the paranormal, you know, wandering in our world, and so they attract them, and then that's why they're more likely to be in contact with these spirits and souls. Yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is just me talking about my experiences. If you guys have experienced anything like this or similar, please leave your comment down below. I would love to hear. I would love to read. And what are your thoughts about this? Like, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. With much love, I'll see you guys until next time.